Hey guys, Silverlord here, back again with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Deadpool movie legacy series. The man, the myth, the legend, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And yes, he did appear in a Deadpool movie like this, I do believe. Granted, it was the credits from Deadpool 2, right before Deadpool walked up and shot himself in the face. You know, the crappy Deadpool from X-Men Origins, that is. Which is another movie that Hugh Jackman dons this look for Wolverine, as well as the Wolverine standalone movie. But, if I'm being honest, this is probably the most iconic look Hugh Jackman had as Wolverine, so it's the one I wanted the most. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, am I glad I picked this figure up. This figure's awesome. I like it a lot. So, of course, this is brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase, get to the meat and potatoes of this review, and take a look, see at all Mr. Jackman has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a pair of fists with no claws. Would have been nice to have some more alt hands, but it is what it is. And then he's got a screaming head, which looks pretty darn fierce, if I do say so myself. And that's your lot. That's all you get. Not terrible, but could be better. That said, here is Hugh Jackman alongside a more traditional-looking Wolverine. This is the Secret Wars Wolverine, review of which should already be up on the channel by now. But just so you know, Hugh Jackman is not as stout as Wolverine is depicted on a day-to-day basis. So there is that. But taking a closer look at old Hugh here. Great likeness. Looks just like a little Hugh Jackman. He's got the dog tags. A little big, but it's kind of hard to do those at this scale, I think. I don't know, I think. But as far as articulation goes, his head is on a double ball peg. It's a little hindered. I'm going to move that out of the way to get the full range. But it's doable. He also has tilt and rotation. This is actually the head he comes... this is actually not the head he comes packaged with. He comes with the screaming head on him in the package, but I like the stoic look more for my shelf, but your mileage may vary. His shoulders can go up pretty darn high, a little past 90. He does have butterflies nicely hidden by the shirt. I like that. You go back down, you can rotate all the way around. He's got bicep swivel, pinless arms. I don't know if that's a new thing for this figure or not. I want to say the old one was pinned too, because this guy was initially an Amazon exclusive, but I missed out on that. He does have swivel hinge wrists. The claws are, I think, similar to the claws we saw in Astonishing, but not exact. Maybe even similar to that Secret Wars one I just brought out. Ab crunch moves that far forward, that far back. Waist twist is a waist twist. Hips will kick out. Actually, not too bad. Almost the splits. Kick forward, pretty good. I think he's got better hip range than the comic book Wolverines. He's got a thigh cut, double knee. I do believe that is pinned. Feels like it is. And then he's got ball hinge ankles that will rotate, hinge, and pivot. And his little cowboy boots do have peg holes at the bottom. So if you want to throw him on a stand, you can. But awesome figure. I actually pre-ordered this guy around the time he went up. But I canceled it due to lack of funds. And just recently, like about a month or so ago, picked this guy up again because I need a little Hugh Jackman for my shelf. That's freaking cool, man. I don't care who you are. You know, next to getting like a Wesley Snipes Blade or a Nick Cage Ghost Rider, Hugh Jackman Wolverine, pretty sick. And yes, I said Nick Cage Ghost Rider. I like those movies, okay? Sue me. Though the first one was better than the second one, if I'm being honest. That's it. Before I wrap this sucker up, here he is alongside Brother Mandibilith. Right there. Always dropping that mace. Come on, buddy. There you go. Absolutely dwarfed, even though he's like average size human, not dwarf size human. And we have the infamous 11 Spawn. If Mandibulus wasn't dwarfing him, good old Al Simmons definitely is, because he is not a 6-inch scale figure. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. overall, and if you ask me, out of all of the Hugh Jackman Wolverine figures out there from the Deadpool Wolverine movie, or back when this one came out, personally, I think this is the best one. Granted, it's the only one I've ever messed with, so I can't really judge the other ones. All I know is that the quote-unquote tiger stripe suit Hugh Jackman Wolverine figure from Deadpool Wolverine, kind of overrated, if you ask me. But rocking the jeans and the wife beater with his dog tags, I think Hugh Jackman looks freaking fierce, man. I love this figure. This figure is awesome. I'm glad I was able to get a chance at picking it up because it was an Amazon exclusive initially. I missed out on that. Then I pre-ordered it when they reissued it. I canceled it. And thankfully, the fine folks over at Big to Bad Toy Store still had some available, so I picked them up there, and boy oh boy, am I glad that I did. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.